course, after that double trophy lift in the last episode where we won the Premier League and the Europa League, today we've got the end of season review for you. Nice two big trophies there in the middle. If you didn't check out the last episode or you have missed it, feel free to go back and just quickly check that. We've got the two games that we did win the league and the Europa League in. And then obviously come back to this one. But yeah, so we've got the end of season review. I'm going to take you through it quickly, and then we're going to look at some of the youth players that have developed over this year, and of course, what the plans are for next year, really. Considering we can't sign anyone, who we're looking to kind of maybe bring through and bolster the squad. So let's get straight into it. And of course, transfers in this is the only transfers you're ever going to see in this save, which is the ones that were already there when we took over the club. Of course, we've got no signing of the season because we didn't make any. We did, however, make a couple ourselves. Of course, we got rid of Matip, who went for 8.25 million. And of course, we loaned out Cody Gakpo. He's going to come back in this year. I'm not sure yet if we're going to keep him around. We'll kind of hopefully get the answer to that over the summer. But here's confirmation that we won the league. We won it by 7 points in the end. So that would suggest to me that Man City lost their final game of the season as well. We might check that out in a second. But there's Darwin Núñez, got 21 goals for the season in the Premier League. Champions League football, of course, next year to look forward to. And here's the Europa League. We did win it 4-2 in the end against Brighton, of all teams. I don't know how you feel, but I always love to play a European team in the final. Playing another British team kind of feels a bit boring. It just feels like a Premier League game. But we won it. So it's going in the trophy cabinet. The first two trophies of the save. Of course, let's not dwell too much on this screen. The FA Cup, we did lose away to Reading 1-0 with a bit of a dodgy team. So let's quickly move on from that. And let's just quickly touch upon the fact that we were runners-up in the Carabao Cup. We lost 3-2 to Man City. If you have been following the save and you saw the episode a couple of episodes ago where we played the Carabao Cup final, and we lost it through what I'd call a dodgy VAR decision. It was a penalty that shouldn't have been, but then, of course, I'm going to be biased. But yeah, the less said about that, the better. Of course, match to remember was a Chelsea 4-0 victory. If I'm honest, I would say the match to remember was probably the one a couple of episodes ago where we played Arsenal and beat them 4-0 and we were only 1 point ahead at that time in the league and we were desperate for it. So that was quite an important game. And of course, Mo Salah sells the most shirts. And Thiago's a bit of a surprise there, considering how little he's played this year. But the other four stand out. I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious. And then, of course, we've got our best 11, which, yeah, in my opinion, is our best 11. And happy to see we've got Harvey Elliott in there and we've got Stefan Bajcetic. So, obviously, these two are players that... Sorry, if we just go back. Yeah, these two are players that I want to build the team with in the coming years. So, to see them already in the best 11 is really good. And hopefully, next season, they can sort of become an ever-present duo. And hopefully we can add to them. But of course, we got Manager of the Month for pretty much most of the season. Is that 5? 1, 2, 5 straight months we won it. And of course, we were Manager of the Year. A nice little record to touch upon was probably Jason Stone. So we started him in the Nottingham Forest game literally a couple of games ago because we couldn't... Well, no, we'd already won the league. So it was like just put out a bit of an okay team, and we started him and he scored. So he's got a nice record already, 100% goal scoring record, 1-for-1. That did make him the youngest player in our history, and it also made him the youngest goal scorer in our history. So yeah, two nice little records there to get under our belt, considering this save's all about development of young players. But there we have it. There is our season review. Let's take a quick look at the expectations. We're disappointing because we're not signing players under the age of 23. We're not going to do that anyway. So developing youth players is through the youth system. I think we've done okay so far. They're reserving judgment. But of course, possession football, yes. Entertaining football, hopefully. And so where's that? What just happened? So if we go down to end of next season, they want us to qualify for the Champions League. So they don't even want us to win the league next year. So I suppose that does give us a bit of space in the sense if we do try and develop the youth and play a bit more youth sort of orientated, then we're not expected to win the league. So that's always a good sign. And of course, reach the latter stages of the Champions League. We hope we're going to do that and become the most reputable team in England, most reputable team in Europe, and work towards becoming basically the best team in the world. Work towards developing the best youth system. It's all ticking my boxes, if I'm honest. It sounds really good. So, and looking at it, I've got my contract expiring the season after. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And obviously become recognised as best of the rest. So, there's not a lot of emphasis really on winning the league until 2026, 2027, so 3 years' time. So that's kind of a good little bit of, I suppose, leeway to develop the team. So yeah, I'm going to go away now and play through the summer, and then obviously come back and let you know what players we've got rid of, what players we're looking at, bringing sort of up into the first team, and then we'll take a look at Harvey Elliott, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Who else have we got? Ben Doak, Gravenberch, the players we're hoping to build the team around in the next few years. So we'll come back near the end of the summer. I'll let you know who's gone and we'll take a look at those players again. So I've brought you back early, the 7th of July, mainly because the plan has completely changed. We've got a couple of games that I want to show you instead of sort of wait until the end of July to show you the player development and etc. So I'll fill you in with what's happened so far. It's not really that good so far. So on screen right now, we got Stefan Bajcetic wants a new contract. That's fair enough. He's on $8,000 a week. He's pretty much a first teamer now. So I'm happy to give him a new contract. We have tied Mo Salah down to a new contract. We've also tied Trent down to a new contract. They were due to end in 2025. However, Van Dijk does not want to sign a new contract. So that's given me a bit of a headache. We've already had a Saudi Arabian team come in for Mo Salah. We rejected that. He signed a new contract. We're happy. I think he signed it. Let me just check. Of course, he's out injured for a few weeks now. I don't know if he signed it yet. He's not signed it yet, but we have offered him a new contract. So we're waiting on him to kind of say, yeah, all good. He's signing for another couple of years. Van Dijk, however, does not want to sign a new contract. He's up at the end of next year. We've had an offer from Al Nasser, I think, but they offered 45 million for him. We rejected that. He was very keen on the move, but he hasn't kicked off a fuss yet. So that's good to know. However, I am starting to worry that Saudi Arabia teams want to rob all of my players. So yeah, that's not good. As far as transfers goes, we've had, it went through just before we turned over, but we've had Wataru Endo leave for £30 million to Brighton. He just wasn't getting the game time. Let's have a quick look last season. Yeah, he played 17 games, but he played 7 of them from the start, 10 off the bench. But what we have done is, because we've sold Endo, we have tied Thiago down to another year contract, obviously as cover for that DM position in the sort of competition for Bajcetic and potentially Trent if we put Bradley or Calvin Ramsey that's just come back off loan there. So on top of that, Lewis Kumas we've put out on loan. He did start a couple of games for us last season, mainly in the Cups, but we've put him out on loan to Peterborough, the League One team. So fingers crossed he can get a good bit of development in there. And of course, this year so far, they went on a free purely because he didn't have the Arroyo didn't have the sort of the quality or the potential. He's 24, I think. Yeah. So we got rid of him on a free. However, we did want to keep this young fellow with the name of Frauendorf, potentially, I think. But he couldn't get a work permit, and I didn't really want to just give up a space for him. I don't know why, I just didn't want to. But Callum Scanlon, we've loaned out again. Good potential left back, sorry. But we're hoping he makes the step up this year to League One. So fingers crossed that happens. Apart from that, we've got a couple of loans potentially. We've had Cody Gakpo, a loan from Aston Villa with I think about £45 million mandatory fee at the end of it. He's rejected that. Now there you go. You can see the offer from Al Hilal for Mo Salah. There, we did reject that. And I don't know if you can see the Virgil van Dijk Al Nassr for 40, 42, 45 over. Probably with add-ons and stuff, but no, so we've rejected them. However, I'm expecting bids again for those players. I'm not sure what to do with Van Dijk yet. I don't really want to lose him on a free next year. However, we're not really worried about money, so maybe if he's happy to put up and shut up for the rest of the year and keep him in the squad for another year, that would be hopefully good, because we're kind of, without Van Dijk, we may struggle. We've obviously got Konate, but we've not got the depth like that. The plan has changed because I've just shown you all that. And sorry, I haven't, have I? We haven't finished. Obviously, Ben Doak, who has really developed quite nicely over the last year, as you can see. There you go. Really developed quite nicely. He is only 18 years of age. However, he's going to get a lot more starts this year. Good Premier League player apparently now. So he's definitely, I mean, last year he's played 22 games, but he started 10. He definitely will be starting a lot more this year. And we've already spoke about Bajcetic, but he's more than likely going to be my starter. I mean, last year, only played 19 games. He started 18 of them, though. It was more of a fitness thing with him. And, of course, we've got, on top of that, Harvey Elliott. That is a mainstay in the team, really. Of course, we've got, where is he? Trent, which is self-explanatory. He's well established as one of the best right-backs in the world. And, of course, we've got Ryan Gravenberch, who, although he's sort of only potential 3.5 star now, he could become a really good player in this team. So we're going to look to try and develop him more over the next year. Sorry, let me go back to him. Obviously, last year, I mean, he started 13 games, 5 off the bench, scored 7. That's not a bad return. Of course, his probably progress hasn't been as we may have liked. But, moving on. Tyler Morton, again, he's someone I'm going to probably try and integrate into the team. He could, although not be a starter, he could be a good squad player in the coming years. As is Jarrell Quansah, who's actually improved on his potential there. He was only a 2.5 star, I think, or 3 star when I started. So obviously the development over the last year for him has been really good. He's another one we're going to keep in and around the team this year. Maybe try and get him a few more games. He will become really handy. Of course, just moving down the list, I think, Reece Williams will more than likely be gone. Conor Bradley is going to stay in and around the team. We've got Calvin Ramsey, who I think has come back, but there he is, Calvin Ramsey, who we want to try and integrate. He could be a right back. He could be the real competition for Trent in a couple of years' time. So we're going to look to develop him this year. Of course, we've got Cade Gordon, who I'm not sure whether to loan out. I think I may do, because we've got a lot of options in the two wings, or the inverted wingers positions. As is Owen Beck. We've got Robbo and Simicas, but Owen Beck will be a nice little addition to the squad, hopefully in a couple of years. So a decent championship player. He did get some game time out at Dundee last year, so we may try and loan him to a championship team this year. But I haven't completely made my mind up with any of these yet. But that's kind of the players we expect to integrate this year. The top 3 I've got here are Jason Stone and Mr. Torainen. I need to work out how to say his name. Him, and then of course Parsley up there. Of course, I'm not going to integrate them this season. They're 16-year-olds, but I may try and get them the odd game here or there. But on top of that, we have lost our assistant manager, who could I potentially show you? Nope. Pep Linders has gone to Hull City, so we're in the opening for an assistant manager that I have not yet replaced. He's literally just gone, so I need to look at that. Of course, what I would like to do as well is develop our under-18s and our under-22s, under-21 staff as well, to try and just try and help with the development, really. And that's pretty much it, guys. One more quick thing to show you, and then I will show you the fixtures, is we have... Where am I going? There we go, facilities. I did ask our board to upgrade the junior coaching and the youth recruitment. They've done both, so hopefully we see the benefits of that come March, April time this season, and then obviously the seasons beyond that sort of thing. But yeah, moving on. So fixtures. We have got something I did not know existed, which is the European/South American Club Challenge. Now, I'm going to show you this game in a second because it's a trophy, isn't it? All right, it's a meaningless little shield, but it's a trophy. So we'll show you that. And I think we're going to come back for the Community Shield as well in this episode. So it might be a little bit of a longer episode. And then, of course, next episode, I'll probably just show you the first start of the season. I mean, we've got Man United at home there as the first game of the Premier League season. That's unheard of. And then, of course, we've got the Europa. I'm so used to saying the Europa now. We've got the UEFA Super Cup. Unfortunately, it's against Man City. So, like I said earlier, it is boring playing these Premier League teams in Europe, but it's a chance for a trophy. So, yeah, we're going to quickly go away, show you the Euro South American Club Challenge and then the Community Shield, and then in the next episode we'll show you the Man United and Man City game. So I'm doing something ever so slightly different for this game. I didn't feel like it was important enough to warrant its own sort of slot in the video, so what I'm going to do is just quickly show you the highlights, show you the goals, and let's be honest, it's just a shield for fun, isn't it? So I thought I'd show you it nevertheless. But here's Bendo with a volley. That's 1-0 inside 5 minutes. What I did think is with the Community Shield coming up, I didn't want to waste time because I'm already conscious that the video is quite long. So, yeah, that's 1-0 up in the first 5 minutes. Here's Robertson now on the free kick. Looks like we're playing it quite nicely. Little ball through to Jones, curls it in, and that's 2-0 inside 15 minutes. We're going to run away with this, of course, aren't we? Easy. Of course, it's not always that simple, is it? At this point in the game, I was very much really enjoying myself, thinking we were going to run away with this, bring on all the youth players. We've got youth players playing. We'll absolutely dominate them. And then this kind of through ball that everyone stood off of, and all of a sudden, it was 2-1. So into the second half, and possession-wise, we are clearly dominating this game. However, shots-wise, they are pretty much 50-50 with us, if not more. They've had 6 shots, 5 on target. And they're very good at this, very good at the counter-attack. And here they come. Little cross hits the bar, and a little rebound. And Marcos Calado scored there, and that's 2-2. Time to make a few subs. But, yeah, very good on the counter-attack. So we've definitely we've put on the big guns. We're definitely worried that they're slowly turning the screw on us, and like I just said, they're so good at that, playing the counter attack against us. We just can't seem to cope. So nice little ball there. Defender should have done better, and he slid that through Alisson. And from being 2-0 up inside the first 15 minutes, we're 3-2 down with half an hour to go. So it looks like we're running out of options. Really, we brought on most of the first team now. We're on attack, and we are just really struggling to create anything of note, really. But it looks like we're starting to play the ball around quite nicely here. Gravenberch now over the ball. Plays it to Luis Diaz, of course, who has come on back to Gravenberch. Playing it wide nicely. Nice little through ball there to Mo Salah. And, played well there, the defender. Good tackle. Elliott now to Gravenberch on the edge of the box. That is 3-3. However, it's not 3-3. There was an offside. It looks like Jason Stone apparently wandered into an offside position there. But I don't know how active he was. Of course, there's no VAR in a pre-season friendly. But looks like we're on the attack here again. Mo Salah with the ball. Trying to make something happen there in the 85th minute. Trent back to Thiago. Plays it to Tsimikas. Playing the ball really nicely. Gravenberch to Diaz. To Mo Salah. Finally, it's 3-3. However, the flag is up again, and that's 2 offside goals in 2 minutes. Just about to break into the 90th minute now, and we're on the attack again. We're really desperate to get that third goal and get it back to 3-3. Simicast to Thiago, playing it around nicely. Nice little through ball to Mo Salah, who hits the outside of the post. And it's just not our day, is it? And there we go, confirmation. We did in fact lose the shield. It's not really a trophy. If we had won it, we'd be claiming it as a trophy. We'll take that. We'll add it to the cabinet. But it's not, is it? It's a pre-season tournament. We lost. We won't speak about it again. Let's move on to the Community Shield. So the season officially starts here. The traditional curtain raiser, as they call it, in English football. We've got the Community Shield against Chelsea, who were the FA Cup winners. We've gone quite strong. We have, however, included a couple of fringe youth players. We've got Alisson in goal. Calvin Ramsey, back from loan, starts his first game for us at right back. Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson along the back four. We've got a midfield three of Alexander-Arnold, Elliott and Szoboszlai. Bajcetic is at the Olympics, so he's not playing. Then, of course, a front three of Salah, Nunez, and on the left we've got Ben Doak. So we're about to kick off, and I'm kind of expecting a good performance. You know, the last game I did quickly show you the highlights, and we didn't play well at all, but it's pre-season, it doesn't count. I mean, this technically is, but if we win it, it will be a trophy. If we lose it, of course, as you're probably all aware, it will just be a rubbish little shield that no one really cares about. But, I mean, depending on how the season goes, we'll either count it or we won't come the end. So that says it all, really. But it looks like, it looks like we might be on the attack here, but Chelsea seem to have got the ball back there. 20 minutes in, it's been quite quiet so far. So I did struggle in the last game. I don't know whether that would be a problem going forward. I really did struggle to cope with the counter-attacking football. So we'll have to see how that goes as the season goes on, or whether that's not a very good ball there from Van Dijk. Gets it away. Palmer, and that's over. That was a really shoddy ball there by Van Dijk. Definitely wouldn't expect that from him. But Konate with the ball there, plays it to Ramsey. We seem to be giving the ball away quite a bit at the moment. And of course, it's never a good thing. Not especially when you're doing it near the edge of your own box. But Nicholas Jackson now 1v1 versus Van Dijk. And easy save there for Alisson. I do apologise actually, guys, if I'm still sounding like I'm talking through my nose. I've still got a bit of an illness. I've not. I've got a cold. Most of you probably know it as man flu, as it always gets told to us. But yeah, so I do apologise if I still sound like I'm talking or breathing through my nose a little bit. But nothing really to mention there with that Chelsea attack. But we're on the ball now. Mo Salah into the edge of the box, back to Ramsey. Alexander-Arnold with the ball now. Mo Salah into Nunez, and probably should have done a little bit better with that, really. But it's out for a corner. Very tight this first half an hour. Probably Chelsea have shaved it, really. That's away. Mo Salah back to Konate. To Mo Salah. Is he going to shoot from the edge? Nope, apparently not. Nicholas Jackson on the attack, and that just comes to nothing there. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Chelsea with all the momentum at the minute. Will we be able to nick a goal there just before half time? Apparently not. Big verge there, and that's a wasted chance. I think we go back to balanced. I think we're not playing well at all. I do like, obviously, those of you that are familiar with my saves and stuff, I do like to dominate the ball and play quite a positive possession-based game. But it doesn't look like we're doing that today. So maybe we're going back to a balance will help out. A penalty trip there on Harvey Elliott, and I'm assuming Mo Salah will step up, and he's missed a few. He has missed a few last season, so and he's missed it again. So unlike Mo Salah. I think we might have to look at changing penalty takers, Don't know who else. Szoboszlai might be a good shout for just the corner here. Szoboszlai might be a good shout for penalty taker. I may need to look at that after this game. I think Mo Salah's missed quite a few for me now. And weirdly enough, it's not come up in a notable event, actually, to say he's missed the penalty. So, a bit bizarre. But, yeah, we're getting a bit of a spanking by Chelsea at half-time. Yeah, very disappointed. Hopefully, the second half, we change that. I mean, Chelsea with, 5 shots on target. They've not really done a lot about it. Let's show a bit of encouragement there. I suppose that's the only positive we can take. That is still 0-0 and Chelsea haven't scored. I think it's time to make a change, really, about 60 minutes. Núñez hasn't played a great game at all, has he? So Jota's coming on for him. I think I'm going to leave Robbo there. Thiago. I think, yeah. I'm reluctant. I don't know whether to take Ben Doak off or not. I think I will put Diaz on. We just need to score now, don't we? Hopefully. With 25 minutes left, we can do it. But here's Caicedo now on the edge of our box. And my curse of talking just before the other team score strikes again. So Chelsea 1-0 up. That was a pretty sloppy goal, really. Should have done so much better with that. But Nicholas Jackson scores there. Chelsea are 1-0 up. We're going to work the ball into the box. We've not nearly taken enough shots. Our XG obviously skewed a little bit there from that penalty miss, but we've just really not turned up. It's sort of quite alarming considering. And there's a sloppy ball there from Thiago. Nicholas Jackson. Is he going to do anything with the ball? Runs. Oh, good God. He runs around our defender with ease and slots it into the far corner. What were we playing at? We're 2-0 down. Oh, God. Just finish the game now. This is getting embarrassing. It really is getting embarrassing. Robertson with the corner. Can we get anything from this? And we do. Konate scores out of nowhere and it's 2-1. Show a bit of encouragement there to the boys, but how have we scored that? Like, that's just come out of nowhere. Will it give us the momentum, though, to go forward and get a second goal? If we do, I won't believe where it's come from, because we've played 75 minutes of this game on the back foot. Lovely little flick on there by Jota, and Diaz scores, and it's 2-2. Where has that come from? Literally 2 minutes ago, we're talking about being 2-0 down, and just like that, 2 back-to-back goals. It's 2-2, and oh my God, we're lucky, so lucky. We've gone from 2-1 down. Sorry, guys, that really threw me off. I think I just heard a seagull. Completely random, I know. But, it threw me off there. But, 2-2. We've gone straight through to penalties. Half tempted to take Mo Salah off of penalties, but we'll leave him on. We'll just tell him, go and do it. Go and do it for the fans. And here we go. Enzo to take the first penalty. Hoping a nice early save from Alisson here. But no, he sent the keeper the wrong way. Mo Salah now to step up. Second penalty of the game. Keeper goes the right way, but he's just managed to slot that in there. Cole Palmer to take the second penalty. Again, he sent the keeper the wrong way. And I just hate going second in a shootout, especially if it gets to sudden death. Szoboszlai now, usually so good at penalties. Surely he's not going to miss. He doesn't know. 2-2. Raheem Sterling now, ex-Liverpool man, of course. Is he going to miss? No, he hits it straight down the middle. 3-2 to Chelsea. And now Harvey Elliott to step up. Hopefully, the young man will score, and he's chipped it down the middle. How cheeky can you get? Nice little chip down the middle there. And back to Chelsea. It's 3-3 on penalties. We'd like a miss, please. Keeper's gone the right way. But that's 4-3. This is getting a bit nervy now. Diogo Jota for the fourth penalty for us. Can't really afford to miss now. And he doesn't. He puts that right in the far corner there. Ben Chilwell now for the fifth penalty for Chelsea. Will he miss? And Alisson's palmed that into his own net. Could have got a better hand on that. But yeah. It all comes down to this last penalty. If we score it, it goes to sudden death. If we miss, of course, Chelsea win the shootout and win the Shield. But you'd hope with Thiago, all the experience he's got, that it should be pretty easy for him. And keeper's gone the right way, but he's just managed to get that in. It's still 5-5. We're finally into sudden death. And a miss would be nice. Come on, Alisson. And he scored it. This could go on all night. This really could go on all night now. Alexander-Arnold now jogging up to take the penalty. Pretty confident run up, smashes it in, and keeper had no chance with that one. 6-6 on penalties. How long is this going to go? A save now would be perfect. Oh, and Alisson saved it. Ball's in our court. We can win the shootout with this one. Who's going to take it, though? I'm trying to think who's left on the pitch. Probably Diaz, possibly. Big Virgil van Dijk to take the penalty. Captain. We were talking about how miserable he was because he wanted to join a Saudi Arabian club, but here's his chance to win us a trophy. And of course he does. There we go. We've won the Shield. Out of nowhere, really, guys. I mean, up to the 75th minute, we were 2-0 down. And, I mean, if you watch the whole game, you'd agree with me that we did not deserve that. Of course, traditionally, penalties are 50-50, aren't they? It's, whoever keeps their nerve. So, we're classing it as a trophy. You might disagree. Let me know in the comments whether you think the Community Shield should be a trophy or whether it's just a useless shield that no one really cares about. Let me know what you guys think. But there we have it. We've won the Community Shield. Nice way to start the season off, of course. Next game, we're going to get straight into the big Man United game. And, of course, that Super Cup. So, thanks for watching and join me in the next game.